All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 6 o'clock. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This meeting is officially called to order. Roll call, please.
Trustee Eves.
Present.
Trustee Lilly.
Present.
Trustee Dunlap. Trustee Blakey.
Present.
Trustee Clark. Present. Trustee Marshall.
Present.
Thank you. Is there anyone here tonight that is interested in addressing the board? If so, you may come forward now. All right. Moving on, is there a motion to approve minutes dated September 10th, 2024?
Supported.
Motion by Clark, supported by Lilly. Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark. Yes. Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries. We'll move on to our standing committee reports. Tonight, we were scheduled to have a presentation from ComEd. Our governmental affairs person sends her regrets. She will be at the next board meeting. So we will not have anything for Public Works. We'll move on to Economic Development. Trustee Blakey.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. Good evening, everyone, and thank you very much for coming out this evening. Have a few things for economic development. On September 12th, I want to thank Rhoda Signs. They hosted, and Rod Rhoda in particularly, they hosted a Southland Development Authority meeting where they discussed the future of local grocery stores. There were several speakers, mainly Mike Mallon of Mallon and Associates, Bo Kemp from the Southland Development Authority, and Chris Dallas, who is the owner of Harvest Time Foods. SDA, meaning Southland Development Authority, has a goal of resetting the grocery store market. They talked a lot about the grocery store market in several different markets and how a village like ours could be successful with a particular grocery store. They have some innovative ideas. They want to be a catalyst to make the market of grocery stores work again, particularly in villages like ours. They're willing to put up money to purchase property, purchase the building, and pay a fee to grocery store owners so that grocery stores can get up and running and run successfully within a village like ours, and then hopefully allow those owners to be able to buy the business from them. This is an innovative way to jumpstart grocery stores in villages like ours, and an economic development incentive. The other thing is, last week we attended IML, the Illinois Municipal League. This year they had Kyle Carpenter, who is the Medal of Honor recipient and a Purple Heart recipient. He did the opening session, and his opening remarks were quite honorable and quite beneficial, particularly to all of the leaders in the room. He talked a lot about leading with action as opposed to with words. He is the gentleman that when he and his colleagues were in Afghanistan, there was a grenade that was thrown over into where they were housed, or where they were watching out, I should say. And he took it upon himself to jump on top of the grenade. Lost a great deal of his jaw, part of his arm, and I believe a little part of his leg. He's fully recovered now. They thought that he would never recover, but he talked a lot about it from a leadership perspective, and so it's very informative. Really appreciated hearing from him. Also, another seminar that was had was one that was on making value-based decisions, turning opposition into opportunity, and value-driven leadership. This was another seminar that was very beneficial to the leaders that were that attended, because it talked a lot about being able to lead and having standards for leadership as it relates to working in community, particularly when you're getting community opposition to any ideas that you may have. They also had an Open Meetings Act seminar and a beautification through community engagement. And then each division of leadership within a village had a seminar itself. So there was one for the mayors, There was one for the clerks. There was one for the trustees as well. And so it was a beneficial, as it is always, a beneficial weekend, I should say, to be at IML. That's all I have for economic development. Can I move on to community affairs?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. Tomorrow, we will have our senior bingo. That's going to happen right here in this room at noon. On October 5th, we're going to have our Oktoberfest. We want everybody to come out and enjoy and participate in the Oktoberfest. That's going to be at Memorial Park from 3 p.m. until 7 p.m. At Rhoda Signs, who I mentioned earlier, on Friday, October 11th, they'll be celebrating their 70th anniversary, and they're having an open house from 4:30 to 8 p.m. And lastly, Sand Ridge School Board meeting. The next school board meeting at Sand Ridge is going to be on October 17th, and the next Sunnybrook School Board meeting is going to be on October 21st. The 21st is going to be from 6:30 to 7:30, and the 17th, Sand Ridge, is going to be from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And that's all I have, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Planning and zoning, Trustee Lilly.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Everyone's doing well. I have nothing for planning and zoning, Madam Mayor. May I move on to ordinances and resolutions, please?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm making a motion for a second read action taken on resolution number 2420. This is a resolution authorizing the village president to execute an intergovernmental agreement with the Illinois Department of Health Care and Family Services to provide greater cost coverage to the village for advanced life support and basic life support emergency ground ambulance services.
There's a motion. Is it supported? Motion by Lilly, supported by Clark. Attorney Boyle?
Yes, good evening, everyone. This is a second read on what essentially is a reimbursement agreement that comes to you. This is a program run through the state of Illinois where the state of Illinois helps facilitate municipalities receiving reimbursements on Medicare, Medicaid charges for those types of ambulance services, advanced life support and basic life support. There is a percentage of what the state helps bring back to the village that gets paid back to the state. But overall, it should be something that we believe is going to help increase that flow of money from the ambulance services that the village provides.
Thank you. Roll call?
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark. Marshall.
That motion carries.
Great. The next item I am making a motion on first read, no action taken on resolution number 24-21. This is a resolution authorizing village president to execute settlement agreement and release in the Chavez-Jones versus Village of Lynwood ETL, case number 23-CV04513, pending in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Illinois.
There's a motion. Is it supported? Supported. Motion by Lilly, supported by Eves. Attorney Boyle?
Yes, this resolution comes to you on recommendation from the village's special counsel, Peterson Johnson Murphy. This was a 1983 claim brought against the village and the village police department arising out of a disturbance at the Game Time Bar and Grill. The matter was settled in a pretrial conference on terms that are favorable to the village. Includes a complete release of liability in favor of the village. The village does pay a remuneration amount to obtain that release. That's payable over time and via installments, so it should be something that the village is able to manage. And like I said, it comes on recommendation of your retained counsel for that suit.
Thank you. Roll call?
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark. Marshall.
That motion carries.
This concludes my report, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Health and Wellness, Trustee Clark.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I just wanted to say I am so happy that on September 14th, we had our glowing bike ride, and you guys need to come out next year. It was a wonderful thing. We had young men doing tricks on the bikes. We had the spider out with their lights out, and of course we had our glow in the dark gear on, and we had a wonderful ride. Nice, healthy fun. That's what I'm about, health and wellness. But I want to give a round of thanks to all who did attend that. I want to give a round of thanks to the driver of the spider car and the young men who did the bike tricks. I want to thank all the volunteers from neighboring suburbs. Last but not least, I want to thank our longtime glowing bike riders who made every event Kelly, you're here, you're one of you made every event. Rocky Russell, who's also, he's not here today, usually he's here, made every event. We miss my fellow man here, because he was busy, but he usually makes all the events. Just want to thank you all there. We just, it's just a wonderful thing. I also want to thank all of those who participated in the survey that went out so that we can try and get more bike paths and, for the village. And we want to get walking trails. Our engineer Brittany over there, she sent those out and she's trying to help us get more bike paths and everything like that. So I want to thank you, Brittany, for that. And now, September holds a lot of information. So we have the, every month is a national health thing to keep everyone engaged and healthy and, figure out what's going on. So this month is National Alcohol and Substance Abuse Recovery Month. If you know anyone who may have problems with that and don't know who to call, they can always call 988. It's a national crisis hotline, and they can talk to anyone 24 hours a day. National Little League Month, National Gynecological Cancer Awareness Month, National Childhood Cancer and Obesity Month, Baby Safety Month. I know our police department, they do a thing with the baby's car seats and the safety there. And if you have anyone who doesn't have a car seat, see them over there, Officer Sergeant, forget it. I'm gonna mess it up every time, Commander
Chief.
Thomas. I called him my cousin the other day, and I had to apologize for that because I was talking to her, and then he came up and I couldn't get her name out of my mouth because she said something profound. But National Courtesy Month, be courteous to everyone, and National Hispanic Heritage Month. I think that's all I have. Anything else?
Nope, that's it. Thank you.
Any questions? No?
Thank you,
Be
trustee.
healthy, everyone.
That's the plan. Thank you so much. Finance, trustee Eves.
Good evening, Madam Mayor,
Good evening.
residents, visitors. Motion to approve bill payment memo 1507. Total cash disbursement was $417,382.48, which include pay period for the payroll for the period of September 1st, 2024 through September 14th, 2024, in the total amount of $216,944.41.
There's a motion. Is it supported?
Supported.
Motion by Eves, supported by Clark. Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
That motion carries.
Madam Mayor, I would like to share some information with our residents. The Illinois court-based rental assistance program has reopened. So if you are facing eviction as a renter, or you are a landlord and you're in eviction process with your tenant, help is here now. Applicants may qualify up to $15,000 in emergency rental payments that can be applied to past due rent, up to $500 for court costs, and up to 2 months future rent to prevent eviction. You can apply on the Illinois Housing Help website.org, or you can call 866-454-3571. I also would like to inform you that FEMA assistance for Cook County, which was declared September 20th, 2024, for the severe storms, tornadoes, straight line winds, and flooding that occurred on July 13th, 2024 through July 16th, 2024. The deadline to apply is November 19th, 2024. Apply at FEMA.gov or disasterassistance.gov, or you can call 1-800-621-3362. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Public safety, trustee Marshall.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. No report tonight.
Thank you. We'll now move on to our department reports, beginning with the police department. Chief Thomas.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We'll start with stats since our last meeting, September 10th. 169 traffic stops, 12 arrests, 4 guns recovered, 452 building checks, 15 domestic incidents, 146 ordinance violations, and a total of 1,041 calls for service. Just another reminder, now until September 30th, Our officers will be involved in a child safety seat campaign, so we will be making traffic stops. And if your children are not in the appropriate child seats, you can probably expect to get a ticket. So please make sure your children are in the appropriate child seats for their size and age. Just want to mention that on September 18th, we did do a free child car safety seat check. That was a great success. We did it at the Children's Place Daycare, and we gave out 13 free child seats. So we do have a few, very limited in stock. So if there are somebody that's in desperate need, please contact us here at the Lynwood Police Department, and we can make sure that you get properly seated, proper seat, child safety seat for your children. Also, those who are expected to attend or wanted to attend the Cops and Barbers fishing event that we do annually, we will have to reschedule that due to potential inclement weather for that day, which is this coming up Saturday, the 28th. Also, the lake at Liberty Park is currently in a drought. There's some dry areas. It's unsafe, so we will postpone it. We will reschedule it and let you know when that day comes. The last thing is our deadline for new applicants and laterals who are looking to become Lynwood police officers is September 27th. You must turn it in by then and have a power card with that application when you turn it in. So if you have any other questions or comments concerning that, please contact the Lynwood Police Department, and we should be able to help you with that. That ends my report.
Thank you. Chief Alston.
Good evening, Mayor, trustees, visitors, and guests. Stats for the fire department: 31 ambulance calls, 1 vehicle fire, 2 accident with injuries, 1 animal rescue, 2 assisted invalid, 1 station coverage, 1 odor investigation, 2 dispatch cancels en route, 4 unintentional fire alarms, and then 2 electrical problems, totaling 47 calls. The fire department will have a fire department open house, which will be October 12th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the firehouse. And we will also be hosting the softball tournament over at Dyer Central Park on October 19th, starting at 8 o'clock. All profits will go over to Project Fire Buddies. If anybody's interested in joining, getting the team together, they can reach out and contact Captain Heinz at 219-218-3260, and that ends my report.
Thank you. Public Works Superintendent Lieberter.
Good evening, Madam Mayor. Thank you. My report, I got no water main breaks since last board meeting. We've had 2 fire hydrants hit this month so far that have been since repaired and are back in service. We had a street light that was taking out at 198th and Oakwood that is in process of being repaired and reinstalled. And our public works crew is out trimming trees, the street side and the sidewalk side. And it's not landscaping the trees. We're making safe passage for our plow trucks, mail trucks, and then safe passage for the sidewalks. So we're not spending a lot of time, we're not manicuring the tree, we're kind of making a pathway. So if you give my guys some space, they'll cut it down, chip it, and be on their way. And that ends my report.
Thank you. Village Engineer, Mrs. McPherson.
Good evening. No major updates to report on the 2 active projects that we have right now, but they are both on schedule and on budget. So as soon as we get some major updates, I'll report them.
Can you remind this audience in case someone
Sure
is
can. One is the bike and pedestrian plan study that Trustee Clark mentioned earlier. That's still in progress. And we also have the Glenwood Dyer sanitary sewer extension project. We had someone go out and do topo within the last 2 weeks, so the preliminary work for that project is being done right now. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Building, Ms. Hurley.
Yes, the number of permits issued from September 11th, 2024 to September 24th, 2024 are 25 at a total of $43,023.88. That ends my report.
Attorney Boyle.
No report.
Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Several of our residents have called asking about early voting in the south suburbs, and I just want to report that early voting for the presidential election will be October 21st through November 4th here in the village. It will be at the L Building, which is right next door, at 21490 Lincoln Highway. It will be available Monday through Saturday from 9 to 5 and Sunday from 10 to 4. And then now I have the distinct honor and privilege of swearing in one of our newest firefighters.
Lieutenant Andrew Scott, please come forward. The lieutenant will be pinned tonight by Rain and Malachi Scott. Not yet.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Lieutenant for the Village of Lynwood according to the best of my ability. Congratulations, Lieutenant.
All right. Congratulations, Lieutenant. Thank you.
And that concludes my report.
Fantastic. Thank you. I just have a few things for this board. Tonight, I'm asking you to approve the appointment of Dwayne King to the Planning and Zoning Board. He will be replacing Charles Henry, who has stepped down for personal reasons. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Support.
Motion by Marshall, supported by Lilly. Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries. I do want to thank Mr. King. He's a longtime resident in the village of Lynwood, always willing to serve, and he answered the call. He was happy to do so. He has served on this board previously, and so we're excited to have him back. I want to, on behalf of the Village of Lynwood, offer our condolences to the family of Mayor Kenneth Peterson. He is the mayor of Staker, who unexpectedly passed away, and so the Village of Lynwood is in prayer for his family, as well as the entire village of Staker. I also want to say thank you to Ho Chunk Nation. I shared with the community and this board many months ago that there were conversations regarding closing the Southland Center. We have been meeting and having several heavy conversations and trying to get them to understand how important the Southland Center is to not only the village of Lynwood, but to this region. And I am excited to report that Ho Chunk Nation has made the decision to keep it open. And so we want to thank them. I also want to thank Annie and Andy and the rest of the Southland team. They work really hard over there. If you've never been to the Southland Center, you should stop by. They host national tournaments. It is a phenomenal facility, and the individuals that work there are really passionate about the work that they do, and they're passionate about supporting this village. So I am thrilled that they are going to remain open. That is all that I have. Is there a motion to adjourn? Motion by Eves, is it supported?
Supported.
Supported by Marshall. Roll call.
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
That motion carries. It's 6:23. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for attending.
All right.